Okay, welcome back. This is Utah Paranormal Activities, Cannibal Giants. I don't know which page I'm going to put this to. So today's topic is going to be UFOs. Yes, let's get into UFOs. So any of you have not seen a UFO during the daylight hours, you need to try to see one because it'll completely eliminate all the Pentagon stuff and all the question of about the existence of actual UFOs here on planet Earth and aliens because they are not crafts made by any human or any technologies known by humans. I've witnessed this personally. So just remember that. You have to see the evidence for yourself if you're one of the skeptics. And all the rest of us can do is tell the rest of you guys that have no idea that they actually exist, that they exist. And you have your reasoning and reasons why, which I totally get. But there is absolutely no possibility that they don't exist. They do exist. Just remember that. So let's go to CNN. This article was published back in looks like June 25th, 2021. This is comes out of Washington. The U.S. intelligence community on Friday released its long-awaited report on what it knows about the series of mysterious flying objects that have been seen moving through restricted military airspace over the last several decades. So when you look at this and you read through their 144 different reports and instances they've had on in this restricted airspace, you begin to understand that. You start understanding that maybe there is some other intelligent life out there. It says our major technology advancements by foreign adversaries like Russia and China is not a possibility. If they had that type of technology, they would have had it back in 1989 because I witnessed my first actual daylight UFO standing face to face as it flew right at me and a friend of mine up elk hunting, and we were the humans armed with rifles that stood off an actual flying saucer. It was pretty cool. Should have been there. But if you was there, you'd never be the same. So you got to think about that explanation that you're still not to the point where I'm at. So anyway, they're talking about there's 11 different cases. We absolutely do believe what we're seeing are not simply censored, some kind of special aircraft. These are things that physically exist, and the official said, noting that 80 of the reported instances, including data from multiple sensors. So they caught these UFOs on different sensors, and they defied all logic. So there's your sign as far as the intelligence community actually getting on board and believing that this is not just a phenomenon. This is actually real, and they know this. So it's up to you to decide on your end. Now, if we're going to get into the UFO that we show in the video that they had released about that pilot that he's had many interviews on the subject, and he actually went talked about his encounter with UFOs and chasing it with his F-16. Couldn't get in his gun camera. He locked onto it and it kept disappearing. That has nothing up on the U.S. ship that was surrounded by a fleet of UFOs. So the question is the world ready for what they released back in 2021? My answer to that is no, because apparently society has gotten so disconnected with reality throughout this pandemic and other events that's happened in recent history that they forgot that there is certain things that could come out that would possibly change the behavior of humanity. But apparently that has no effect on modern humans because the disconnection between reality and fantasy is in everybody's faces on these little androids you carry around that are literally like an R2D2 unit that records and does everything for you. You sit there all day long, but looking up at the sky is that's kind of a stretch for the majority of humanity now. I see it every day. Reality hits when this stuff's released, and it was released back in. Let's just put this in perspective. Back in the 1950s, if this would have been released by the U.S. intelligence agencies, does anybody realize where we would be today? People would have been digging holes and bunkers and trying to and shooting at lights in the sky because we would have been in an episode of War of the Worlds because people would have thought, hey, you know what? They actually exist. There is UFOs. I could get abducted. I could get probed. I could get this. I get that. But nowadays, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're like, Oh yeah, that's cool. They exist. That's that's cool. Think about the religious fallout of this. So everybody's in, Christianity or Islam. They're like, hey, you know what? Those are actually probably angels, angelic beings, because God created the universe, and anything outside of the earth is probably one of the other beings that God created. And yeah, we knew about this. They, angels came down from heaven and bred the daughters of man and made created children. That's what created the entire Nephilim episode in the Old Testament. So you got to understand the facts that Christianity, especially, has known about alien life since the inception of Christianity. Since the first biblical scholars or biblical prophets wrote down, this is the text, and that they explained it. They explained the heavens, they explained God, they explained that there's other life outside there. So you're not a Christian, or if you are a Christian, you're sitting back saying, well, I don't really believe in UFOs or whatever. I'm looking for winged creatures to come down and with these giant wings. Yeah, they fly you through space with wings and feathers. That's not real. So the depictions of our ancestors would be of what would explain why these beings can fly. And you got to remember, you're dealing with a bunch of archaic people that are basically trying to discover the basic technologies like the will. And you're like, oh yeah, they got wings. That's how they got. That makes sense. Ugh, ugh. We grab woman, drag plow field. So that was what they were dealing with. So now that we know about technology, we got the internet. I can have this phone, and I can send a message to Patagonia in no time, faster than anything. But yet we don't realize that other life could have possibly have way more advanced technologies. And if this humans we are the technologies humans have actually discovered in this short period of time, which we call the modern era, imagine a society that's more advanced, that's been around for, just say, millions of years prior to our inception, or our God decided to make us, what they are capable of doing. So yeah, we should worry. We should worry. But like I said, 1950 people would be literally, we'd have nukes pointed at the sky waiting for an unidentified flying object to come into our atmosphere. That's just the way things were. But nowadays, we just, hey, you know what, bro, it's all good. Let me just give you guys an idea. So every year, thousands of people come up missing in America. Thousands just disappear off the face of the earth. There is no sign of them. They literally just disappear off the face of the earth. I mean, these people are not being thrown into a garbage disposal and sent off to the county landfill. These are people that just walk off, like in Alaska. People just disappear. In an age where we have technology, we have satellites, it always baffled me how somebody can literally just disappear. Isn't that just it's a feat? It's an amazing feat. But I'll give you guys an idea. So the guy that did Fire in the Sky, that was actually the what that show was about, and he went through what they do. They literally just pick you up, and you're just gone. Then they can just dump you wherever. They don't care. They're basically just poked and prodded him, and then he acted like the angry caveman, ugh ugh, and he said they weren't people that they weren't actually like humans. There was humans there, but they were a much more advanced species. So putting that in perspective, all the issues we have on planet Earth, all the fighting and chaos and financial theft, and this work till you die, pay your taxes, make the kleptocrats rich, really wouldn't matter if those aliens or the other beings would decide that we are just too stupid for our own good. They could literally destroy us in a matter of seconds. It would matter not what this chaotic, insane world we live in did. We couldn't stop it. We can't stop each other. We're that inept on just actually living a peaceful existence. So just imagine that. Put that in perspective. So as far as the UFOs go, there is tons and tons of information on this. It's not we got a national secret. There we have alien visitors. Well, we have alien visitors. The question is humanity going to be invaded by an alien invasion. Is there a point where these people has been watching? It's called the Watchers, which is biblical. You go through the Dead Sea Scrolls. Decide that mankind is just so stupid and so caught up in its little idiocy that it doesn't deserve to have planet Earth. That it's done with it. That's a huge possibility. I guarantee every time we launch one of these stupid weapons, these nukes, and we test it and all that, they're around. Because I've read reports about that, that all of a sudden there will be an unidentified flying object that defies all, all theory of space flight or aerial flight, that breaks all the, all the rules. Every time they see it, they're like, oh, that thing's back up, gone. Check out what the astronauts, I'll have you find it for yourself because it's a really deadly subject. Find out what happened when they did the moon landing, when they were flying. They left Earth's atmosphere. Maybe you could find it for yourself. I'm just going to let you guys go roll on that one and find out what you can find out. I'll give you an idea of what he said. I can't remember which astronaut it was. He asked about the rocket boosters and where they were at because he was seeing something outside the window of the ship, the rocket ship he was on. And you can find that for yourself. There was something that followed them through space. So if we're alone, we're not alone. That's way so last century. So let's go to UFO sightings. Let's see what everybody's got going on. If there's anything going on with the war in Ukraine. Oh, I'll tell you what. With these sinuses, my tongue is seriously dry from the dry air. Do not be able to breathe through my sinuses. Bad. Nothing serious right now. 25 myths about blah blah blah. Recent sightings. I don't see anything that these guys are saying. I want to see if there's actually some recent sightings. August 25th, 1984. New York Times. Looks like strange sights. I don't know. We'll check it out. Let's see. See what they got. Strange sights right in the night sky update. This is from the New York Times. It was posted in 1984. And let's see if we can actually see it. I know that I have to subscribe to this page to get to see it. Maybe we can try something. Let's see if we can cheat. Let's try to cheat. So if I go to video, and maybe I could just expand that and I can read what they said. Because the New York Times is a bunch of criminals. No, can't. So I have to archive and pay for it. Yay. Talk about editing a video. January 24th, 2011. Let's see if we can actually bring this down to maybe 2022. Yeah, I better get this click. 3 days ago. NDTV, I don't know what that is. Video, mysterious triangular UFO spotted over Islamabad. I would say that is not a triangular video. I really don't, or a triangular ship. I haven't seen a triangular ship in all the times I've seen UFOs. They're always just your standard stupid round top, round bottom with the disc in the middle, gold colored. I've seen two in the daylight. So I don't know. These guys might have seen. My brother said he saw a spinning top in the clouds. It was just went between the clouds. They don't like to talk about it. He hates the entire experience. He didn't like. Makes him feel like he's crazy in a sense, even though my uncle and him both witnessed it. We'll get into that. I think I already talked about what happened up there at our camp just before that. So these guys are talking about mysterious craft, Islamabad. I'm kind of wondering if this was 3 days ago and they did see this. That could be a reconnaissance aircraft. That's not a triangular shape, though. It's like that's a disc. I'll tell you if that's what they look like. Looks similar, but no, I don't think so. It could have been a drone of some kind. It could be a military drone flying over that area. See, it's, I probably think that's actually modern technology. There's something about their ship having to be in a complete circle in a just what I saw. I don't think that they could actually travel with any kind of conventional with the conventional frame like we have here on Earth. I don't think it would make space travel. We can't do that even with the spaceship Challenger and all that crap we have. It wouldn't make it through. Between here and other planets has to be some kind of different shape, I would say. But who knows? Let's see. Let's get into. Oh man, I hope I can get off this. Accept research. I can't. It says we value your privacy. Okay, I have to accept cookies. This is why I'm getting all kinds of viruses. Could these be UFOs flying past the International Space Station? Let's see what they got to offer, shall we? Shall we? Oh, they're taking forever to load. I apologize. So they're talking about 3 objects they saw around the International Space Station. Huh. I think it's playing. Let's see. Loading ad. Anyway, that's not going to work for me. That is not going to work. We're going to have to go find something else to look at. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'll just end this video. No insight, no cool stuff, no breaking news. I'm going to do some more research on this subject. Share your thoughts. What do you think? Share your videos. Just don't send me anything somebody's made off a video game or something that's really tyrannically dumb. That they'd say, "Oh look, I saw a UFO. It's yeah, there it is. Well, that's a flying saucer." Because it's just not gonna. It's not worth it. A lot of it's these spoofs they got going on. It has to be like New York Times, CNN, some kind of UFO society or some group that actually goes out there and checks the stuff out. If they have any content they share that they're willing to back, then yeah, I would probably do that because it's a little more credible. But as far as what I see the other day, I shared that on Utah Paranormal Activities on Facebook because I did get a unidentified flying object flying over Cedar City, and it didn't have any flashing lights, and it was too low to be a satellite. And it did actually come from the south and banked east once it got close to the airport. And it did defy gravity. It did, it just flew right above me, and I was like, whoa, that's probably a reconnaissance plane or a drone, but it didn't have any flashing lights. It was within 5 miles of the Cedar City Airport, which would be a big no-no for the FAA. They would not allow that. Oh, wait, looks like we got a little bit of a video here. It's the same video. Islamabad. I don't know, guys. It could be, we could give it a thumbs down. Oh, they were singing the prayer.
It's just an odd thing, just there for the past 1 hour or so. I haven't heard you can see birds.
Okay, now I do have some credibility to this because we are talking about alien beings. Theoretically, let's just say that this advanced race, which is basically angelic beings that have come down from the heavens to check out what we're doing down here, what if they're actually seeing where the world is at, and if they're still actually worshiping God, and they're actually their creator, they're giving thanks to the creator and showing what they've been told to do, or they face the ultimate consequences of being bundled and burned in the Armageddon. So this may be actually, and anybody thinks that type of technology would be used to spy on God's creatures, His creation, mankind, you got a slippery slope there, bro. You got a real slippery slope because they come down and check stuff out. They came down, resurrected Jesus. You can check it out for yourself in the Bible. They came down with a bright light. They come down and check on us. So now we kind of got a better idea of what the heavens would be in a modern sense and what they would have to do to see what mankind was up to rather than just thinking it through their brain. they're probably monitoring humanity. 3 days ago, we got to warn Ukraine. It looks like the majority of the planet's thrown God out the window. So maybe,
Yeah, the beds. Yeah, the beds are.
remember, Allah Akbar is actually God is great. Just to
Everything is
catch everybody up on that.
Nothing, and boom, there you go. There it is. Still, it's not moving. It's just my camera that's moving, my hand that is moving.
Could be a drone. Wish I could
But still,
maximize
that
this.
could possibly be.
So that was the New York Post. I do believe that could be a very big possibility at this juncture in humanity, in our history, in our future. Being that we got a catastrophic war and we're nearly at World War III. We're actually involved in World War III at this time. We're actually engaged in it. A little better close up of this this draft right here. Possibility. Islamabad 3 days ago. Now, the good thing that one of the things that people should really be watching right now is the actual sightings that's happening during this unrest. Let's see. Let's do 2022. 2022. Ohio, that was March 8th. Let's see, Ohio in top 10 states for UFO sightings. January, Florida, second in nation for UFO sightings. Yeah, there's a lot of research needs to be done on the amount of research that needs to be put into this to give you guys a good idea. If you guys hear anything about that, please post it. I'm going to spend the rest of the day looking for through Facebook and Twitter for any uptick in activity and sightings of UFOs, because I do fear the wrath of God. I do fear the second coming. I'm just saying, Jesus isn't going to come back on a cloud, and he's not going to come down and shake everybody's hands. It's not going to happen. So if you're biblical and you believe in Armageddon in the last days and the second coming, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So we'll get into that later. So stay tuned, and we're 22 minutes 24 seconds. I'm going to pray this uploads to YouTube. Beginning video. This is episode 1 tonight on the debauchery of chasing down the truth. And thanks for joining me in this expedition. Everything like this is an expedition in my world. And like, share, subscribe, and help get this channel going. And remember, we're sponsored by wind, and dirt. We have absolutely nothing but wind and dirt. And remember, air and wind are free. And that's all we have for sponsorship, because nobody really gives us anything. So if you'd like to be a sponsor and change that, please contact me. Let me know if you have any kind of assets you'd like to contribute. And yeah, I'll get back to you in a little bit. Thanks for watching.